Welcome back to our part in the interruption. Today we're going to be discussing whether we think the Falcons will win the division. I'm with Tyson and Anderson, and we are going to be discussing the Falcons. So Anderson thinks that the Falcons will win the division. Would you like to tell us about that?
Okay, let's go roster spot for roster spot here. Kirk Cousins has been an amazing quarterback leading into last year before he got injured. He had the most passing yards behind the quarterback. Granted, he had the best receiver in football, but has still a ton of yards for a man that was competing with a 70-20 lead like Tua Tagovailoa. Then at running back, you have Bijan Robinson, one of the best rookies so far since last year. I believe Jahmyr Gibbs may have been a better pick than Bijan Robinson, but I still think it's an amazing selection at running back. But receiver, the Falcons aren't very gifted, but they have a great wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 3 and Darnell Mooney and Rondale Moore, with their starting receiver being Drake London, who I believe can amazingly progress now that he is an actual good quarterback and a decent coach. They have a top 3 offensive line in the NFL, in my opinion, led by their all-pro guards. And on defense, they may not be gifted, but they have an amazing corner and A.J. Terrell, and they got a pretty good draft pick with Rook Ororo.
All right, and Tyson, who do you think will win the division if it's not the Falcons?
Well, I don't think the Panthers are going to win it, so it's between the Saints or Buccaneers. Looking at the Falcons' schedule, they have a game against the Cowboys, Eagles, Chiefs. They also played the Buccaneers twice and the Saints twice, which I think they could both split. So I think it would be hard for them to win the division because the Buccaneers, they won the division last year. They played really good football, and that's what I think.
And so, Anderson, what's your counter response to that?
I know that you mentioned that the Falcons' schedule has to play teams like the Chiefs and the Cowboys and the Eagles, but they've statistically the easiest season in football leading up to them.
So do the Saints.
You didn't pick the Saints. You picked the Buccaneers.
I thought both of them. Either of them could win. Anybody but the Falcons.
There cannot be 2 teams with the weakest schedule. One of them has a weaker schedule.
Falcons has the easiest schedule in the league, and we're not asking the question who's the best team in the NFC South. We're asking who's going to win the NFC South.
Well, then that would be the best team, would it not?
That's not the same thing.
Well,
you could play the Chiefs all 17 games and still be the best team in the league.
No,
second best team in the league.
That's how it works.
You could play the Chiefs for 17 games, still be the second best team in football, or you could play the Panthers every game and still have the best record in your division, but not necessarily be the best team in your division.
Let's not discredit the Panthers here. They've made many key additions again, like Adam Thielen's getting and then Tyson.
Yeah, I disagree with the Falcons making it to the playoffs. I mean, they might make it as a wild card, but I don't see them winning the division because you got teams like the Buccaneers and the Saints in that division who are just starting to come up, and I think
I think your take is BS. I think we should leave.
That too.
I'd like to see you next time on PTI.
That's all the time we have. We'll send it back. See ya. Commercial break.